Do you believe for 1 minute that a rogue like me, if I was going to win, that I'd survive? Do you think that I could do it? You know, do you think I'd survive? I don't either. And I love my wife and my dog and my 2 children a whole lot. By the way, for those of you that want to know, I went through the world of pro wrestling and everything that I do in my life. And this July, I will have been married 35 years. And in my last book, Don't Start the Revolution Without Me, I explained why I didn't seek re-election. Because when I was elected, my wife contracted Epstein-Barr mono, which then evolved into chronic fatigue syndrome. And the reason I didn't run for re-election is because her health meant more to me than holding any public office. And so I went off, I didn't tell anyone, and that's part of the reason we moved to Mexico. And she's doing phenomenal now. But I don't think chronic fatigue ever leaves. I think you can simply control it to the best level you can. And part of that is relaxing. So unfortunately, if I ran for president, I'm not sure what the reaction of my better half would be, both physically and mentally. But again, I will say this, you never say never. And if something inspires me in the next year or something, I don't know. But again, it would be difficult because I'd be an independent facing these 2 parties. And by the way, I am the most powerful man in America. And I'll tell you why. My last year in office, I submitted my budget, and the Democrats and Republicans rejected it. They submitted their budget and overrode both of my vetoes. And the reason that I am the most powerful man in America is because name me one other person who can get the Democrats in bed with the Republicans to oppose you. As you can clearly see, President Obama can't do it. President Bush couldn't do it. Clinton couldn't do it. But I can get both of those parties together.
And you did that as mayor of Brooklyn Park, also.
No, but that was nonpartisan. There were no parties involved in a city election for mayor. There it's a nonpartisan
right, but
election.
didn't the leaders of both parties co-sign a letter saying the motion?
When I ran for mayor, the leaders of both parties co-signed a letter, and they sent it to every citizen in Brooklyn Park, and they called me the most dangerous man in the city. And that's why I shouldn't be elected mayor. Well, what showed me that they have no credibility is because after I won the election, 1 week later, separately, both parties came courting me. And I looked at them and said, why would you want the most dangerous man in the city? Now I'm okay. Well, it showed me something. They don't care as long as you can win. And remember this, these 2 political parties today, they don't have the they vote their party first, the country second. The party is more important than the country to them. And I urge you all, stop voting for Democrats and Republicans. Vote for anybody else. Anyone else. And remember this, when they tell you that if you vote for someone else, it's a wasted vote, maybe we've all heard that. No, it's not, because voting is not a horse race. You're not there to pick a winner. You're there to vote for the candidate that you believe most represents you. So vote your heart and your conscience. Then you haven't wasted a vote. If you don't vote your heart and conscience, then you have wasted your vote, in my opinion. One more question.